Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Harbor Podcast. And personally, I'm thinking about renaming it to the Kino Cast at this point. We'll see. That might be in the air. I'm the Kino Cowboy, obviously. Got the crown, got the glasses. We're booling. All right, so introduce yourselves. Y'all, Warren, I'll introduce him. He was in the King Kong cast. We got someone new.
What's up? I'm Chris Davis, and I actually have a degree in film, so I am quite literally an expert on cinema. Yes.
Finally, we have someone legit in this fucking thing. Damn.
It took as you can see from my background, I'm also an expert.
Oh, yeah.
I know what this is, unlike everybody else. So.
If you know what the Royale is, go watch. Shout out to that film. It's beautiful. We're talking about Army of the Dead today. 3 boys, all mod men's from a film group talking about more Zack Snyder. What else could you love? Now, this is, I guess, the sequel to the first Snyder cast, which was, the Snyder cut. What did you expect going into Army of the Dead? Have you all seen his Dawn of the Dead remake or what?
I have not. Still, surprisingly,
I have seen his Dawn of the Dead remake, and I thought it was a fun movie. It's a really fun, exciting action flick. So I didn't really go. I was very surprised. I wasn't expecting another dumb zombie action flick, but I think the more I heard Zach talk about it, and the more I once actually saw the movie and what it was actually about, I was very surprised. It turned into something I didn't really expect, which we'll talk about later, I guess.
Yeah, same. It was very not what I expect. I expected it to be just like this constant, like balls to the wall action, and that's kind of what I was there for. And then it gave me something completely different, and I was like, wow, I'm here for this. So
I had a few expectations going in. The only thing I expected was Richard Cheese, and I got him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was enamored by it, and I watched it with a group of friends, and I was one of 2 who liked the movie at all.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Yeah.
Why were they expecting more zombie schlock or what?
I don't know what they were expecting, because they just showed up and were like, what are we watching? And I'm like, oh, Army of the Dead came out today. And the only person who liked it other than me, my friend Turner, he knew what it was and he was excited for it. But everybody else was like, why is everything out of focus? This is stupid.
Dude,
I hate that complaint so much.
Dude, the choice of focal length for the cinematography was really cool to me.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
At first I was unsure how I felt about it, and then 20 minutes in, I was like, nope, I like this. This is tight. This is interesting.
Yeah, it really gave the film. I really don't. The focal length complaints confuses me so much because of. It's not like the film's out of focus unintentionally. Like, it's focused specifically.
Yeah.
And it just gives it. It feels like the background's right up against our characters. Just all these. It feels like we're on our toes. I love it. Sorry, I'm jumping into.
No. We can talk about whatever. It doesn't have to go in order.
Okay, yeah.
It's just.
But yeah, the focal length choice really stood out to me, and I really loved it. It just always made us feel like our characters were. It felt claustrophobic in a weird way.
Yeah. For sure.
Which is weird to say, because it's the first time Snyder's used a full screen aspect ratio, so it should feel open, but it feels claustrophobic, and I like that. It kept me on my toes a little bit,
Yeah. You're always paying close attention to basically one actor's face. Even if there's multiple in the scene, it's usually okay, what is this person feeling or thinking? And I think the emotions in this movie were well done too. Everyone felt like they were their own person. They were all different characters and not just all the same kind of shit. And even though they had a lot of characters, he was able to juggle them pretty well, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And the opening scene, dude.
I mean, Zach Zack is a master at opening scenes. Like
Yeah.
even the films I don't like of his as much, I can't say the opening scenes are bad. Like BVS, I think is a masterful opening scene. You know, just so nicely dovetailed from Man of Steel and with the perspective from Bruce, and he's a master at opening scenes every time.
Oh yeah.
My least favorite Snyder's 300, and I think that has arguably one of the most beautiful things he's ever shot because it just looks insane.
I haven't seen 300 since high school, so I'm gonna have to revisit it at some point just for the hell of it. But
I think it's good. It's just not great.
I mean, it's incredibly influential, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was the first time I heard about Zack Snyder was when that movie's coming out, because obviously, you know, I'm older than you. I don't know how old you are, Chris, but
I'm 22.
Okay, I'm 26.
I'm 20. So
when 300 came out, it was in like middle school, like 7th or 8th grade. So that was like the movie to see, you know. And then so the opening scene, first of all, dude, the lighting, the coloring, the color palette is like, especially for like the dusk at the beginning, on point, like beautiful. I was like, wow, this is like beautifully photographed. This is like, it looked like a you know, like a art house movie with the way it was lit. I was like, okay, I'm in on this for a zombie movie. Anyway,
definitely the low light photography was insane.
Yeah.
Just the way he's I think if I remember correctly, he basically like he customized the camera in so much shape or form to function in low light setting. So it didn't feel like a lot of times they fake dusk in movies, and you can tell, like like Fury Road, you know, which wasn't bad, but like you could tell it's
well, that's more stylized, so it works for Fury Road, I think.
Yeah.
But,
and there's another one I'm thinking of. I don't know why I thought of this.
If I remember correctly, he got one of his lenses off of like eBay or something for like, and it's from like the 60s.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And yeah, he was talking about that in like the behind the scenes. And so like, I think that was a good choice. It was just funny. Yeah. It's just like hearing like him just like, he made this like giant film and he just ordered one of these lenses just like off of eBay for like $80 or something. Chris, your mic went out. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was talking to my roommate.
Oh, okay.
What I miss?
No, I was just talking about how it's funny that like it's this huge studio film and he just got some random lens off of like eBay for like $80 to like shoot it on.
Yeah, it doesn't feel studio at all. That's what I find so interesting about it. It feels very, at least the start of the movie, it all feels very indie, you know?
Yeah.
Like even the actors, like I feel like the biggest actor in the whole thing was Bautista, you know?
Man, Bautista is what The Rock wish he was as like an actor, dude.
Oh, Bautista's fantastic.
I love him in like everything I've seen. He just like he's got wits and he's got the strength and he's got the charm and he can be funny and like he's like, man, I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna go take an acting class and like really get into this. And I commend him for it because it's paid off immensely.
Definitely. I'm thinking of the scene that comes to mind, and for me anyway, is where's Warren? I think Warren's probably Wi-Fi issues, but anyway.
Yeah.
He'll come back. They always come back. I think the scene that stuck out for me was when he kills, spoilers, is that okay?
Yeah, spoilers.
Okay. When he kills his wife and he just like breaks down crying, like I don't know if it's because The Rock can't do it or just refuses to do it, but like it's like that type of real, you know, in a way. And I kind of wish that there's a part of me that wishes that wanted to hear that audio. You know, it's a silent cut. You just sort of see him crying, but I kind of wanted to hear that visceral scream because I felt it, you know, but I could hear it even though it was there. It's just he's got such a nuance to him, I think. And I think honestly, it's because he Dave Bautista wants to learn. You know, if you look at him in interviews, he's very open-minded. He knows he's not like a thespian yet, but it's because he's open-minded. He wants to learn, and I think that comes out in his performances. Like literally every movie he comes out in, he's better than the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. That's like proven that he's got what it takes.
Oh yeah, I hope to see him in more leading roles. Honestly, you know, I'm looking at his career with intense interest.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, there you go. We were just we were talking about Bautista being, you know, on his beautiful journey to becoming a thespian, and like,
Oh yeah,
and just like every time I watch a Rock movie, I'm like, oh, this is the same performance every time. And when I watch Bautista, I'm like, wow, this guy's actually speaking to my heart. Good for him.
I love Bautista. Wish he wasn't in Stuber. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I never saw that.
Don't. I have it on UHD for some reason.
My God.
One of my friends bought it for me because he kept making jokes about it, and then he forced me to watch it. Incidentally, this guy hated Army of the Dead, but he liked Stuber.
Oh my God.
So,
Interesting. Did he like Bautista in Army of the Dead?
I don't know. I liked him. I thought he's okay in Stuber, but the movie's just really bad, and he doesn't have much to work with. But, yeah.
The person they replaced Chris D'Elia with, I thought was a good job. Yeah, I don't know their pronouns. I don't know. So, is it she or they?
I believe it's she, her.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
But well, she did a great job. The fact that they just green screened her in, and like, it's like not noticeable to me like at all.
Yeah, definitely not.
And I like the lady who plays Batista's daughter. What have I seen her in?
I've seen her in nothing before. Can maybe pull up her IMDb and maybe see what else she's been in.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know if I recognize her from anything. She was pretty good too.
She was in Kick-Ass 2, Maleficent,
which sucks.
Kick-Ass 2 or Maleficent, they're both.
I would assume both. I've not seen Kick-Ass 2, but Maleficent sucks.
Was embarrassing.
Great.
Yeah.
Isn't Omari Hardwick in Kick-Ass 2 too? Hardwick's in Kick-Ass 2. Oh, he's in the first Kick-Ass. I guess Zach's a fan.
The montage where they're, you know, shooting up all those zombies and stuff at the beginning and like getting everybody out, I thought was well done. And that's like pretty much like the most action-packed part of the movie, I think. Like concentrated wise.
I think it gets a little bit more. I feel like, at least for me, I think the most action-packed part is definitely like the last 30 minutes because it just goes off in that last act. It's like balls to the wall, like, and it's honestly just well directed too. I think it's one of Zach's best directed movies. It has some of his best directed scenes.
Yeah, I guess in the scene like in the casino at the end when like. But it's like most of the first act is like the standard like heist movie, like getting everybody together, deciding who's gonna do what and stuff, and that's fun too. And like the idea of mixing a heist movie with a zombie movie was like an immediate like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. You got me. Like
definitely,
it's a good concept.
Yeah. I like that they had like a YouTuber guy who like kills zombies for his YouTube channel. I was like, okay, that I could see that being a thing if it was real.
Yeah, definitely. I had this friend I watched it with who kept trying to predict the way the plot was going because he does this all the time. Like he thinks that every movie is going to follow exactly the same predictable line. And he's like, oh, he's going to be outed to be a fake. And doesn't happen. It's like he does that all the time with Snyder stuff, and he's always wrong about it because Snyder doesn't like follow.
Right.
But yeah.
Those types of people are usually just always wrong in general, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, if this was your standard, you know, Hollywood zombie film from 2008, it would probably do that. But
I think,
Sure, yeah.
I think the introduction of Guzman's character, the influencer Guzman, I think that was when I realized the movie was something like really special, you know?
yeah,
Because that's the first time it's really, you know, deconstructing how zombies would affect the world, you know? It reminded me a little bit of, it sort of reminded me of his DC stuff, you know, in that way, in that it sort of really interrogates the ideas and it sort of puts a new spin on it, you know? Like these zombies aren't necessarily like bad even. It's interesting, you know?
Yeah, I was not expecting there to be a hierarchy amongst the zombies and there be like a pretty much like a king and like there are certain zombies that are smarter than other zombies. I was like, okay, I'm down for this. What a fresh thing for me. Like, cause like we grew up like with zombie mania for years and years, and then it died away for a little while, and then finally a new one comes out, and sure enough, it's fresh.
Yeah. And these zombies, I'm sorry, did I cut you off, Warren? I thought you were going to say something.
no.
Okay. And these zombies, they honestly feel like characters. Like I got somewhat attached to Zeus in a way, you know? I got attached to the Queen and I got interested in their hierarchy and how they function, you know, and that's what really gets me excited about the sequel, because it's like it's its own, they created this kingdom of zombies, you know, and that's never been done before, at least in my recollection. And the just exploring that idea that the zombies aren't even evil, they're just sort of a force of nature, a new evolution. It's very reminds me of I Am Legend, the book, you know, and it's not an idea we've seen, I think, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it like explored more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I think it would make a good video game.
Oh, definitely.
You could like go in and explore like Las Vegas and stuff and like deal with like I don't know. Yeah, it would make a good game, I think, if done correctly.
My friend who liked the movie said that he kind of thinks of it as sort of like Left 4 Dead, like a Left 4 Dead movie with like a little bit more to it. It just reminded him of that, I guess. Yeah. I always love it when, you know, any movie takes something pre-established like a zombie or zombies or vampires or something and changes stuff a little bit, which is something that it seems that a lot of horror heads cannot stand. Like, you change the way zombies work, everybody.
How dare you?
All of the
like, bro, we're in the 21st century. We gotta do something new. Like, damn.
Yeah, we've done. There's so many zombie movies, and it's sort of, how many times can you do like this horde of mouths and claws running at you? You know,
Yeah.
Like we made them fast. Like at a certain point, that can only work for so long. You know.
Yeah. That was like I remember. Although, like you can argue that these movies aren't good, or because I haven't even seen them, but that was like the horror fans' reaction to Twilight when it came out was everybody up in arms about vampires don't sparkle, all that. It's like, who cares? It's not even made for you. Why?
Yeah, like, yeah. I'm sure wizards don't actually go to school in Britain, but you know, who like, goddamn, who cares?
Like, these are fictional characters. We should be twisting them and exploring them, you know.
Like, God forbid that we change what vampires do. You know, these things that don't exist and never have.
Yeah. What are you, gatekeeping vampires now? Like, come on, dude. Like, but let's see. Let's see, what was I gonna say? I like that there's a zombie what like a tiger. Yeah.
Oh yeah, zombie tiger Valentine, awesome. Dude.
Yeah, like that's just like, okay, cool. It's like a mini boss, you know.
I love that it acts
utilized. What?
I love that even though it's undead, it still acts like a big cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like lays down and crosses its paws and stuff.
And there's like the zombie horses too.
The zombie
yeah.
horses.
Which were
I love the zombie horses.
mostly practical too. Like I watched the behind the scenes and they are like putting costumes onto horses and stuff, adding minimal CG to them, you know, to blend it. I was like, wow, those horses are
Awesome.
MVPs.
And they're such I think the horse especially was such an evocative image. You know, the idea that the zombies have literally they're domesticating they're domesticated, you know, they're domesticating these animals,
Yeah.
you know.
Smart enough to ride.
One of my favorite,
like, wow.
Exactly. One of my favorite tweets I saw about the movie. My favorite tweet about the movie, even though it's a snipe against the movie, was talking about how the cover of Zombie by the Cranberries that's at the end. And the tweet was basically, wait, does Zack Snyder think that song's actually about zombies? And it's like, no, obviously he doesn't. It's literally a song about the devastation of society, you know. And what did we see in this movie? We watched a society of people who weren't really a threat to anyone, really, you know, just get devastated, you know.
Right. And it's like, it's clear that at least some of these zombies can think and make decisions and do things. And it's like, fuck it, we're just gonna nuke them. No one gives a shit. There's no like controversy. No one argues against it really. From what we can see in the movie, they're just gonna say, fuck it, nuke it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Even though it's contained.
Yep.
On 4th of July too, because it's going to be patriotic.
Because it's going to be patriotic. It's like a fireworks show.
And then and some of that, it's like obviously tongue in cheek. And like Zack Snyder was talking in the behind the scenes how like he wanted like stuff in the movie to be tongue in cheek, but not be where it's just like you're winking at the camera. And he towed that line pretty well, I'd say. Without
my favorite. Sorry.
No, I'm done.
Okay. My favorite Snyder quote I think ever is have fun but don't make fun, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these big franchises like even Deadpool, but even like more recent Marvel stuff has actually fallen into this trap of like they start to get too self-aware of with themselves and they start undercutting their own importance, you know, even though they're telling good stories, but they don't have the confidence to like, you know, really tell them. So they start adding in these meta jokes and start taking snipes at their own material, but it all feels sort of weak and disrespectful. Cheap. Exactly. It feels cheap too. But in this, it's like Zack is not disrespecting what came before him or sort of making it seem like it's a joke. He's genuinely having fun, but it's out of a place of love, I think, which has really been missing, I think, in a lot of genre content.
Of course. Also, I'm surprised that the name Army of the Dead hasn't been taken yet, unless it's a
Well, actually, no, there is a movie called Army of the Dead. And the only reason I know this is because my smart TV has been pushing it on me because I guess some app was like some free movie app that like Tubi or something was like, oh, we gotta push this since it has the same name, trick people into watching this instead.
It's
awesome.
Like I remember when Atlantic Rim came out, you know, like I remember my friend's mom like rented it thinking it was like Pacific Rim, and I was like, this movie's like I think still in theaters. Like, why would this be like? And it's just like how easily people like just fall into that stuff is like beyond me.
And it's insane. The movies though. Sorry.
This older Army of the Dead is from 2008. This looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's an army of skeletons. It's not even zombies.
Oh, okay.
Wow, interesting.
Skeletons with shotguns.
Okay, well, I guess for the zombie context, it hasn't been done. I guess there's like Day of the Dead and like maybe
Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Survival of the Dead.
I'm down with that, but like it's just funny to me. Like, man, skeletons with shotguns, huh? Okay,
I'm gonna have to check this out now.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
It may be a Jason the Argonauts reference, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. The I like. Let's see. let's get back to the movie. Let's see how much. So there's 200 million in the vault that they're trying to get to, right? It's 200 million, and he's. How much was his take, Bautista? It was like 15 million.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's just funny. Right. It's like, it's funny that he was able to find people that are willing to do it for like 250 million or 250,000. You know, like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, how do you want to make 50 grand? It's like, hell yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, the descending prices for each character.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, what else do you like about the movie?
I think something that jumped out to me. What did you all make of the Amari Hardwick's character Van at some point talks about this idea that they've somehow been here before?
Oh yeah,
this idea of a time loop. That I really want to talk about because when I first heard that, I just thought, Zack sort of went through it with, WB and Justice League and Warner Brothers, So he's sort of in this new phase of his career. You could see it in interviews, he's sort of self-aware of the persona he has,
mm-hmm.
in a way. And I just thought it was him kind of shitposting in his own movie, Like I thought it was him just putting in something to intentionally like drum up theories. But then when they're just about to open the safe, the character of Dieter talks about how the Götterdämmerung in Wagner's epic is about Ragnarok, and Ragnarok is, this apocalyptic event that springs on new life, and then there's another Ragnarok, and then there's another Ragnarok. So all throughout the movie, they're talking about cycles, and they're talking about deconstruction and rebirth. I think that's something even Dieter says at some point. That's literally what the play is about: deconstruction, reconstruction, rebirth, and death. So I'm wondering, I don't know what your guys' take was on that scene.
Well, I just like for a second I thought it was just like a throwaway thing to kind of just like fuck with the characters, and then I see these skeletons wearing the same outfits as the characters we're watching. I'm like, what is the point of this? And I was expecting maybe it would get crazier by the end of the movie and like get into some of that, but no, it doesn't really go anywhere with it. Oh, rip. Man, Warren really his internet must suck.
That West Virginia internet, boy.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if like that was like, is he planning a sequel to this movie?
Oh, he's got to be.
Because like, the way it ends with Mexico City or whatever, if he doesn't expand on like this little seed he dropped, then with like cycles, it's like, well, what was the point of that then?
Yeah. Not just the cycles, but also, he's dropping so many things. Like in the opening scene, there are these lights in the sky, and then one light zips off. They zip off, as it's like the establishing shot of the quarantine zone, There's like the robot zombies that are just sort of there and never explained, and they're like thrown around. So like he's got to explain that at some point,
Oh yeah, huh? That's crazy.
And of course, they keep dropping, references to Area 51. So that, I think, ties into something, I'm guessing in some way, shape, or form, these zombies have an extraterrestrial origin.
Like, did aliens purposely try to, like, who knows?
Like, what if Army of the Dead is just literally, this whole franchise is a continuation of Plan 9 from Outer Space by Ed Wood? I feel like that'd be pretty based, and I'm pretty sure Plan 9 is public domain, so
yeah, I think so.
Why not? Yeah.
Now that would be mind-blowing. That would be hilarious. But
he would truly be, in all senses of the word, based for that.
Now if he does make a sequel and he dives into this kind of like sci-fi, I'd be totally down with it. Like, just say fuck it. We can handle it. We can handle whatever he has to say with like time loops or whatever he wants. Like, I just don't understand like why put it in there if you're not going to expand on it.
Yeah,
maybe just to fuck with people. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like Zach has a very. I've noticed. I've watched his entire filmography leading up to this, and I finally completed all of it. He has a very he has a very not just throw everything in the kitchen sink approach, but he also throws in the kitchen sink itself. It's very. He's a maximalist, you know. So, and keep in mind also he's been toying with this idea since I think before even 300. I think he's been toying with the idea of doing this heist movie. And so he's been toying with these ideas for so many years. Who knows how long, how many threads he has he's trying to connect, you know. We already have a prequel, you know, about Dieter. And we have a prequel series that's just about, you know, that 15-minute opening sequence, you know, just about that and expanding that out, you know, into the animated prequel. Las Vegas, I think he's bringing back. I think the entire cast is back for that, actually, to do voices. So we're gonna get to see, but yeah, I really want to continue in this world. Like, I feel like this is one of those movies that intentionally I feel like was designed to start a franchise.
Okay.
But it felt in a way very it's not like the Dark Universe or like the Mummy where like it's sort of shoved a bunch of shit in. You know, it felt very it felt like there was a reason why he was doing it, and also again it felt very lovingly done, you know, in a way that a lot of these franchises aren't, you know.
Now every other studio is like, oh, we have to have our own MCU, so we gotta just like make this contrived bullshit movie like that's like half of it's just like setups for sequels, and it's like, well, what's the fucking point of watching this then? Thankfully it wasn't like that. Definitely was its own thing. And of course there's a good setup if they want to do a sequel, but like the ending works on its own as just like a, oh shit, like you can only imagine what's going to happen next kind of thing. So.
There's sort of a worry with endings like that. Samurai Jack ended like that a little bit, you know, where there was a time where a whole part of the show Samurai Jack's identity was that it never ended, you know. And I think when it ended, you know, people were obviously disappointed, you know. I think at a certain point, I do wonder if there's maybe something appealing about not seeing the future of this franchise, you know. Like, what if it's like, what if that's part of the charm of it, you know, and how much of that is part of its identity, you know? And how much will we...
I still need to finish. I never saw the Adult Swim Samurai Jack season. I need to finish because I watched it as a kid.
Oh, it's very good.
Yeah, I know that's off topic, but yeah. Hello, Warren. Welcome back to the official Taika Waititi cast.
Hey, man.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
How you doing? My name's Taika, and we're going to do a film about Joseph Stalin. He's going to be the imaginary friend of someone who was sent to the gulags. It's going to be a real fun time.
Yeah, do you know Korg was announced for the Army of the Dead 2 sequel? So, no, we were just what were we talking about? We were talking about that fucking weird scene where, like, you know, I'm not sure what he's trying to imply with like a time loop or whatever, and what that might mean if for like a franchise or like a sequel or something, you know, who knows?
Yeah, I thought that was intriguing. I don't really have any like theories on it though, but
yeah, I mean, he didn't really.
I have thought about it a lot.
Yeah, and it was like shit was moving so fast that I was just like, I'll think about this later. And then the movie ended. And I was like, wait, we never got back around to that. Okay, maybe that's a seed that was planted. You know, if they expand on it and they do it well, it could be like next level, like storytelling for like a zombie like franchise or something. You know, it could be cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's definitely unique, at least.
Yeah, at least. And I
I don't think it's a coincidence that it was Amari Hardwick's character, because he looks like Zeus, the king, the alpha zombie. Like that actor has the same build. And he even fought Zeus. So I think it's sort of definitely drawing a connection between the two. I read a theory actually online that what was it? That his opening where he's literally baptizing that woman was like sort of intentional. Like there is symbology in that, like he's literally, in a way, baptism is an act of rebirth in a way, and he's literally, that's how we meet that character in the first scene. So it's really just this really, I don't know if he's intentionally doing it. I don't know if I'm reading into it, but like he's dropping these seeds, and it's just more sophisticated than like your average zombie fan. I just like the more I think about this movie, the more I like love it, in a way.
Yeah, I definitely the film like has grown on me in the last week. Because at first I was like, well, what makes this stand out? And then I was like, well, most of it stands out. I'm just being a hard ass and not letting myself just kind of like sit back and enjoy what I'm seeing. So, although I feel like my one grievance is that it's 2.5 hours. It doesn't feel like 2.5 hours, but I feel like they could have packed in just a little bit more of like of stuff like in Vegas that wasn't having to do with the heist. Like, I don't know. I as someone who loves urban exploring and stuff, I would have loved to see like more stuff that didn't involve the heist. I know were under a time restraint, but it would have been interesting to see just for the world building, I guess, mainly.
Hey, there you go. The phone. When all else fails, go to the phone.
We got Mr. 2009 here.
Even the aspect ratio is 2009. I love it.
It's beautiful.
You're still connecting, bud.
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah. I couldn't hear you guys, so I was trying to get that to work.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just try it like this, because my internet keeps giving out.
Yeah. So we got Warren in 2009, time traveling. Looks good. Love the aspect ratio. Very Snyder.
Oh, yeah.
The Snyder ratio. In effect.
Loving it.
So
we could go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, what do y'all want to talk about now?
What was everyone's like favorite scene in the movie?
Favorite scene? Let's see.
Thinking.
I really like the shot of the actual like flying away as the nuclear bomb hits, and then the aftermath, and then what's his name when he like comes out of the
safe.
The safe, yeah, and he's like walking with it and to the back of him. I was like, this looks great. It's just a classic badass like walking away from an explosion, but it's not just an explosion, it's a fucking nuke. So it's pretty cool. What about you, Warren? What's your favorite scene?
I think my favorite might be I forget the character's name, but the guy that's sent in with them to collect the head getting brutally killed by the tiger.
Yeah, dope. Fuck that guy.
Very satisfying villain death.
Yeah.
And I think
it speaks absolutely.
I think it speaks to the fact that his slight was against a character that we didn't have a ton of time with, but like we liked her enough that her death affected us that we wanted to see that guy go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like one of those characters you're kind of just waiting around in the movie for him to get what he deserves. It's like, okay, good. I'm glad they used the tiger for that guy specifically. Good for them.
Man.
Oh, it was crossing the line.
Oh god, that was crossing the line.
Another interesting scene was when they're sneaking through the sleeping zombies, and like it's all claustrophobic more than usual, and that one lady like ends up dying because of dude, and just like once again it reminded me of a video game, having to like sneak through like this without waking anybody up, without touching anything. I was like, yeah, this is fresh. This is a good scene.
Bringing that back to Left 4 Dead comparison earlier, it's like the Horde, alerting the Horde and all that.
Yeah.
I think that was by far one of the better directed scenes, and maybe in Snyder's entire career. You know, it's like probably the most tense I've been watching a Snyder film. You know,
Yeah.
You can really. I feel like this film represents like a real maturation for him as a director. You know, that we've sort of been building towards. You know, he's been building his strength on the DC movies and on other genre fare, and I think seeing him reapply his new skills to the genre that sort of gave him his start was fascinating, I think.
Yeah, he's continually like he's growing as a director even to this day. It's nice to see that he's not stagnating at all with his ideas and his like his style, his characterizations, all of that. Yeah, I'm hoping there's a franchise out of this now. Now that we've talked about it more, I'm like, man, yeah, I do want more of this universe. Like, give it to me. Why not?
Oh, sure.
So,
yeah. Isn't the only project that currently has a name the prequel about the I forget his name.
I think it's Dieter, the German guy.
Yeah, Dieter. Yeah, that's it. I believe that he's got a prequel that's already got a name.
Yeah, okay. Army of Thieves, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's an animated prequel.
Is it going to be on Netflix or what?
Yeah, it's all Netflix. This is a true Netflix franchise.
Good. That's cool. And it's animated. Like, okay. Like 3D or 2D?
No, Dieter's is live action, but the Las Vegas prequel is animated.
Huh. Okay.
I think he got did anyone see the Dark Knight Returns animated movies?
Yeah, I like them actually.
Yeah, I think it's that director, and I think Snyder did a few episodes himself actually too.
Okay.
I think he did too. So he's returning animation, you know.
I'm not gonna say those are as good as the graphic novel Dark Knight Returns, but I think for a straight to DVD animated movie, that's pretty fucking good. I like that personally.
I mean, they're better than half the Batman movies we've gotten in theaters.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. So, any ending thoughts, I guess? Army of the Dead, we're running kind of short, but, you know, it's just how it is, I guess, this episode.
Yeah.
You know, final thought.
Small crew, small runtime. Yeah. I think
Roadhead caused the
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah. If you weren't horny, none of this would have happened.
One of my favorite moments.
Yeah, kids, don't get ahead and drive. Don't do it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Obviously, I liked. I feel like there could have been a little more world building inside of Vegas, but obviously there was a time restraint, obviously, because there was a bomb coming. So I understand why they stuck it to the heist. But fun, cool, well shot. Not Snyder's best, but definitely not his worst. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. You know, it's on Netflix. Watch it. Fuck it. If you got Netflix, it's free. That's a fucking really expensive looking movie on Netflix for free right now. Like, what the fuck? Go watch it. Who cares?
Yeah. And I think my final thoughts are, Warren gone. I think my Chris is giving thoughts. Gotta go.
Damn. I've never had technical difficulties like this. Wow. Apologize to anyone listening. This is unorthodox. Look. I think
it happens. We could always do a cowboy cut of this episode, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to definitely cut this down. But final thoughts.
I think it's by far one of the most interesting zombie films I've seen. I don't know if it's the best, but it's by far the most unique, the most ambitious. And I think the Army of the Dead franchise is a franchise which I'm looking forward to. And yeah, I don't know where it ranks among like my. I think the more I think about it, the more it does become one of my personal favorite Snyder movies. It's just super ambitious and unique, and I don't think I've seen anything like it, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's pretty fresh, especially after a decade and a half of zombie madness in pop culture. So
yeah, better than Walking Dead. Aw,
poor Warren, he can't be here for the outro, but yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in for our Army of the Dead cast. It's probably like 3 times as short as the Snyder cast, but that's okay. You know, we're just here talking about movies. We'll be discussing hopefully more summer movies with the patrician boys and girls, if anyone wants to join in. But yeah, thanks for watching. Next week, or not next week, I might be posting 2 this week. I'm going to do this one, and then I already did one about With Nail and I, which is a British film. So we'll be talking about that next time. Oh, look, Warren made it for the outro. Good for him.
Hi.
Give us your beautiful outro speech, Warren.
Go watch Moon Man. That's my speech.
All right. Thanks for watching.